Success, the attainment of popularity or profit. This is what success is on paper. Sure, this definition may be written down in a book somewhere, but does that make it true? Since the beginning of time, people across the world have searched for these answers, although time and time again, answers seem to clash. Who is really right? Authors like Barbara Haggerty and David Sedaris explore this existential question in depth. Some people will argue that success is profit. Making a lot of money, buying a nice home, and living luxuriously will make one successful. Others will say that being family-oriented and creating a healthy family will deem one successful. Some people will say that as long as one has their health, they are successful. Who is right? The answer will be transparent soon enough. In a recent study, I have interviewed 30 individuals of various ethnic backgrounds, religion, age, and gender. I know each participant personally and was intrigued after reviewing the results. The survey questioned topics such as the individual's career, happiness, and affiliation with family. It was truly fascinating to see just how controversial the topic of success was among different people. The first 6 questions on the survey, not including the information page, are all about success. I assumed that more young people would define success as living in luxury, but was shocked to discover that middle-aged adults were more likely to define success as such. The college students who I interviewed responded with answers such as being at peace or being content with my life. Perhaps more research and a greater range of data is required, since at this day and age, the youth is very driven by materialistic motives and are constantly tempted by the latest items on the market. Or perhaps the opposite has occurred. Perhaps the constant cycle of lust, of new and hot material things has driven the youth away. Many young adults, me being one of them, have realized that there will always be new things, and trying to keep up with everything that is hot is, in my opinion, a waste of time. Most individuals, regardless of characteristics, were extremely family-oriented and considered their families a huge part of their lives. It can be concluded that most individuals would consider having a healthy relationship with family to be a factor of success. The most fascinating question, in my opinion, is where do you see yourself in 10 years? This question seemed to rely on age quite a bit. Most of the younger interviewees hope for wealth, whereas older interviewees wish for health and happiness. It is possible that throughout an individual's life, their perception of success can change. Young, healthy people may take their health and happiness for granted, as it may not always be there. As one ages, the fear of health problems may start to become more prevalent, and priorities may change. Clearly, age must have a direct impact on what someone may call success. On top of that, gender appears to play a huge role in what one may call success. According to survey results, women were more likely to say, following your passions, to the question, do you define success more as following your passions or financially stable? 13 men answered being financially stable, compared to 0 women who answered so. Once again, this is a miniature case study, and surely it can be done on a larger scale. However, these results should not go unnoted. Without any doubt, both gender and age play a significant role in defining success. This still does not help answer the underlying question though. What is success? There are so many opinions on it, but which one is right? Barbara Haggerty gives her opinion on it. Maybe she knows the answer. Haggerty, an author and previous journalist at the National Public Radio, wrote an article in April 2016, calling it none other but Quit Your Job, a very suiting title. Haggerty goes on to point out that adults around the age of 45 to 55 tend to go through a phase she likes to call the midlife slump. The midlife slump is when going to work in the morning begins to feel like a chore, and the excitement of one's career begins to fade away. Questions like, is this job right for me, and is this what I was meant to do, become haunting. Resentment may start to build, and regret grows. Haggerty, being an adult herself, managed to escape that cursed midlife slump by pursuing a career she was passionate about, which was writing books. As one can assume from the title, Haggerty encourages to quit your job and pursue what you love to achieve success. David Sedaris, on the other hand, has a different idea on what defines success. In Sedaris' essay Laugh Kookaburra in The New Yorker, Sedaris makes a reference to a stovetop burner. He metaphorically explains how there are 4 factors to success, although each individual can only have 2. The 4 burners are family, work, health, and friends. Each burner is achievable, and each person can choose 2 different burners, but only 2. This essay is a very well-known and popular essay, since it is such a unique concept. However, is Sedaris right? Do people only need to turn on 2 burners to be successful? Who is right? The answer is no one and everyone. No one person's opinion can determine someone's success. Success is in the eye of the beholder, similar to happiness. Success has no limits. When one feels they have reached it, they have. Who am I to tell someone they are not successful? Success should not be compared or weighted. In a race, racers are trained to keep their heads straight and to do the best that they can. As soon as they turn their heads to see who's behind them, they suddenly start to slow down. Success is a concept, not a structural thing. There are 7 billion people in this world, and could just as easily be 7 billion definitions of success. So yes, Sedaris and Haggerty and all 30 of my interviewees are right in their own ways, but they are wrong for normalizing the concept of it. Success is what you want it to be.